Imagine standing deep inside the belly of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Above you are millions of tons of solid, crushing limestone. The air is thick, hot, and suffocatingly silent. The monument consists of around 2.3 million individual blocks of stone. Some of these weigh up to 80 tons. They were perfectly stacked into a structure massive enough to survive the rise and fall of entire empires. For centuries, every king, grave robber, and modern explorer who navigated these cramped corridors assumed they had seen the whole picture. They mapped the subterranean chamber below, the queen's chamber in the middle, and the king's chamber near the top. To them, the layout was a finished puzzle. But that long-held historical assumption was incorrect. Deep inside the pyramid, perfectly aligned and deliberately concealed, sits a colossal space, untouched for 4.5 millennia. This discovery is currently dividing the archaeological world. This diagram illustrates how an international team recently used cosmic ray muons to scan the interior structure. These negatively charged subatomic particles constantly shower the Earth from deep space. They pass through empty air easily, but are absorbed or deflected by solid stone. By tracking how these particles moved, scientists took an X-ray of the structure without moving a single pebble. When the data came back, it revealed a massive anomaly. Suspended directly above the soaring hallway known as the Grand Gallery is a cavernous void. It spans nearly 100 feet long and 20 feet high, roughly the size of an entire commercial passenger plane, floating in the dark, entirely encased in rock. Mainstream experts suggest this is a weight-relieving space designed to protect the Grand Gallery from the stone above. However, some engineers propose the pyramid was built from the inside out, using an internal ramp system. In this model, the Grand Gallery served as a track for heavy counterweights, and this newly discovered void provided the clearance for those weights to move. This alignment suggests the space functioned as a mechanical engine room, hoisting 80-ton granite blocks into the sky. That massive void wasn't the only secret the cosmic rays laid bare. Near the north face of the pyramid, right behind the original entrance, the sensors detected a second, smaller void. Because this anomaly was close to the surface, researchers slipped a tiny, specialized endoscope through a crack between the exterior stones. They captured footage of a pristine, hidden corridor stretching 30 feet long, capped by a meticulously crafted vaulted ceiling. The hallway is entirely empty and stops dead at a solid limestone wall. There are no doors, and there are no corridors leading to it. The builders went to immense trouble to construct and beautifully finish a hallway that no human was ever meant to access. The investigation continues deep in the belly of the pyramid. In the Queen's chamber, tiny 20-centimeter air shafts branch off into the rock at steep angles. To find out where they lead, researchers sent miniature robotic probes crawling 60 meters up these steep inclines. The robots eventually hit blockades made of tiny stone doors. When cameras finally slipped past the first barrier, they found red painted symbols on the floor, locked away unseen since the pyramid was first sealed. They also captured these mysterious copper fittings embedded directly into the stone door. The presence of functional metal components inside a structure of limestone and granite suggests a mechanical utility. These spaces appear to have served a specific technical purpose rather than a purely symbolic one. The Great Pyramid is refusing to give up its internal secrets easily, but the mysteries of Giza actually extend far beyond the stone blocks. Researchers scanned the Giza Plateau's western cemetery using ground-penetrating radar. 2 meters below the surface, they detected a distinct, deliberately hidden L-shaped structure. Dropping down another 5 to 10 meters beneath it, the team found a massive, perfectly square subterranean cavity. It acts as a doorway into the Earth. It proves that the deliberate engineering at Giza doesn't rest on top of the desert, but penetrates directly into the bedrock itself. That deep bedrock holds even larger structures. Recently, an independent team conducted radar scans penetrating over 2,000 feet beneath the neighboring pyramid of Khafre. The images returned intricate, highly symmetrical chambers the size of Olympic swimming pools, extensive tunnels, and spiraling staircases plunging straight down. In the 5th century BC, the Greek historian Herodotus wrote of an immense underground labyrinth that connected the pyramids to an expansive subterranean world. Modern archaeologists dismissed his writing as myth. But as radar continues to ping off hidden tunnels, the established authorities are pushing back. Permits to excavate these specific underground anomalies are almost entirely denied. At times, vital anomalous locations have been paved over with cement to halt further investigation. This resistance from the mainstream stems from the implications of these findings. Confirming an engineered underground complex would require a revision of the accepted timeline of human history. There is mounting physical evidence that the civilization responsible for Giza is older than dynastic Egypt. Geologists point out that the stone enclosure around the Great Sphinx is marked by water erosion. These vertical fissures were carved by thousands of years of heavy rainfall, not wind and sand. The climate record dictates that the last time the Giza Plateau experienced that specific kind of heavy, sustained rainfall was around 12,000 years ago, at the end of the last ice age. That places the site thousands of years before the first pharaohs. And the discovery of Göbekli Tepe in Turkey has proven that highly advanced, organized monument builders were successfully operating and carving stone megaliths at the end of the Ice Age. We are living in the moment where our technology is finally catching up to the builders of the past. Engineers are currently developing hypersensitive microdrones designed to navigate the tiny shafts of the Great Pyramid and finally look inside that 98-foot void. When those cameras finally pierce the ancient darkness, the massive sealed voids and sprawling subterranean labyrinths may act as final proof. They suggest the monuments of Giza are the surviving fingerprints of an older, more capable civilization that has been lost to history.